Let's turn to Trump, as always. Trump in America, it's an interesting story, this, because Trump, as we know, very hard on illegal immigration. Not an unusual position for an American president. Obama was.
Yeah.
He deported 3 million people. People don't seem to know or care about that extraordinary stat, but he deported more people than any president in the history of America. So previous presidents, Bill Clinton was tough on it, George Bush was tough on it. Trump has taken this to, as he often does, an extra step, in which he said we're going to have zero tolerance at the border. And what he said is, if you don't come through legally and we catch you coming through illegally, then we will treat that as a criminal offence. And they're now separating at the border young children from their adult parents and creating these kind of camps.
Look, everyone protects their borders, including Europe. Europe has border controls. Thousands of people are blocked and turned away every day. Yeah. What you see coming across the Med is when people are in boats and those boats are sinking, what do you do then? Do you let them drown? No, you don't. But if you try to come through on the land borders, you're turned away. Now, what Trump has done here, and he's quite right, the US can protect its borders. Obama did it, Clinton did it, the Bushes did it, everybody does it. But he's deliberately cracked down here to separate kids from children, to teach people a lesson, so he's caging kids. And he talks that language about migrants infesting the US. The US is a migrant country.
I think we need to be...
He's got German grandparents.
I always prefer to be precise about this with Trump. He actually was talking specifically when he said that about these gang members, a particularly horrific gang in America, saying they were coming over and infesting America. You know, it's an argument.
No. He did. He's used it again.
Hang on. No,
he said it again.
Yeah. Can we just talk about Europe there here? Because Kevin always misses the point here. Look what happened in Germany. She encouraged Angela Merkel. She had an open doors policy.
She let a
million people in. Her government is now teetering on the verge of collapse. And if she goes in the next 2 weeks, it'll be directly because of that immigration policy. Because it was too much. It was too damaging for German culture. And
the Italians, you see, have just had a change of government.
Exactly.
They've got
a
coalition government that would very much happen because of anger amongst the people about boatloads of thousands of people from Africa coming in illegally, many of them tragically drowning, trying to flee their own countries. But if you allow that to happen, as we basically, I think, have as a continent, without really tackling the core issue, you are going to cause a lot of anger.
Yeah, and also in Britain, people who voted to leave get attacked by Maguire for being racist because they think free movement was too much. There was too much migration coming in. 250,000 people last year. Too much. And it's not offensive to say immigration is too high.
No, it's not.
Trump is right to crack down on illegal immigration in America, but he's got that policy.
They're still human beings.
He's got that policy wrong with the children.
Human beings.
Completely wrong with the children.
I think it's bordering on child abuse.
It is.
So it is.
And he should stop that.
And it's taken the intervention of the former first ladies, including his own
wife,
to get him to change his...
Look, we have very strict controls in Britain on migration, which is why we've been having all these...
No, we don't.
Yes, we do. You cannot get in without a passport.
We do not.
You can get turned...
We've got between 500,000 to a million illegal immigrants in Britain today.
Kevin, if it's so difficult, why are there up to 1 million illegal immigrants in this country in a population of 65 million?
Because people, for instance, come on holiday and they don't go back.
Right.
So no. But
you just contradicted your own statement.
But you cannot...
That doesn't mean we've got strong borders.
Never accept it. They'll never accept we've got too much immigration.
You cannot just turn up and come over. We're not part of the Schengen Agreement. Free movement.
And they use the NHS.
And that it's got to be said, that estimate, which I heard from Ken Clarke, is 300,000 to 1 million. You've gone straight for the top. You've gone straight for the top figure. Up to 1 million. I know, but it's better to be accurate with the rate.
How many is it?
We don't know.
Too many. That's how many it is. It's too many. It's too many.
It's inflammatory to go just to the top estimate without coming up with a lower...
Hang on. 300,000 is too many.
You've gone straight for...
300,000 is too many. That's a small city.
You've gone straight for the figure up to 3 times or more than 3 times higher than the lowest estimate.
When I want to be in America, right, I have a house there and I work there a lot. When I want to be there, I have to apply for a visa, right? It's a laborious and expensive process. It involves paying lawyers, turning up for appointments.
You're not fleeing conflict or fearing for your life.
A lot of people here aren't, Susanna. They just come here because
most of the thousands of people a week flooding over the southern border of America are not fleeing a war-torn country.
The trouble is that the people who are fleeing and seeking asylum are also under this new policy being treated as criminals and having children separated from them.
Well, look, I'm going to cut you off because we've actually got